DRZ's for.
Have you considered putting like some berms in your backyard or your field back there to like jump?
Yes, I've considered that. I
How
haven't
does
done
Jackie
it.
feel about that?
We haven't said it out loud yet. But also, and I don't want to have a like problem to mow around, but
Mm.
yeah, I've thought about stuff like that.
Yeah, you could make it look nice, like maybe some. I don't know what materials you would use for that would be appropriate, but I was just thinking like some cedar chips or maybe
Mm.
that ground up tires that it's like little chunks of rubber that they use for landscaping.
Cedar chips go away, which is kind of nice. Like you can change your mind. Whereas if I
Yeah.
was to use like gravel or rubber,
Mhm.
well,
Gravel goes away too.
it does actually. It kind of sinks in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad's roads over there at his farm,
Hmm.
if you could like do a cross section down, it would look like something from the Jurassic because he's been for 25 years he's been putting gravel on that road and like more recently and it would just
He
mush
needs
down
a
because it's
land plane.
so many semi trucks back and forth fully loaded. I don't know how much semi trucks weigh, but like an entire semi truck completely loaded down. He's solved the problem since. Like whenever they tear up an asphalt highway,
Hmm.
they have that. I don't know if you've seen that machine that like scoops up the old asphalt, grinds it down into like tiny chips, and then stores it in the back. And then they lay down a slick new blacktop. Well, that stuff that they grind up, they dump it and then they sell it. And that stuff is amazing for like graveling your roads because it's essentially like it's a ground up asphalt road and it's full of tar, which is what asphalt is. It's like tar and gravel. And so when you spread that stuff smoothly out on a road and then you drive over it enough, it reforms into asphalt and it just becomes like poor man's asphalt.
I use a land plane. I'm going to show everyone how it works. I don't know if this is a great topic, but you basically
Yeah.
drag it behind your tractor. It pulls up all the rocks and sort of puts them right back.
Yeah.
Again, if the video title, can the land plane save us from buying more rock? If not, it's a terrible purchase.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
In his instance though, like you have this periodic situation whenever they like sell their chickens where like I don't remember how many semi trucks it is that pass over that road in like a 36-hour period, but let's call it 100 semi trucks back and forth fully loaded down, and it just obliterates a road. It just smushes and it's unrecoverable. Like you see like the top of smooth
Challenge accepted. No,
oh, I'd love to see
because
that.
that's like what it does. Basically, what it does, it pulls everything up loose, and then the first
Yeah.
rainfall, all the dirt washes off it, and you've got like new rocks exposed.
Interesting.
I do it twice a year.
He has solved the problem though with that
Yeah.
like that asphalt stuff. It's poor man's asphalt. It's like if you were to asphalt all of that, it would cost
Pricey.
120,000 roughly. Because I know what $10,000 worth of asphalt looks like, and you'd need at least 10 or 12 times that to cover his little spot. But that stuff he would get it by the dump truck load for $100 a dump truck or something like that. Like
Damn.
super cheap.
That's cheaper
Yeah.
than gravel.
Well, it's like garbage. It's garbage to them. They're like, what are we gonna do with all of this? And like people like my dad who are like, I guess I could take it off your hands. Please, God, please let me take it off your hands.
I love those one man's garbage is another man's treasure thing. I had a coworker. This is before Cisco. His dad owned an oil company of some sort, and they had an oil spill. So they had all this dirt that was just like saturated with oil. And the EPA is wanting them to clean it up. It's tremendously expensive. It's this big problem. But I guess it turns out when you make a road, you put oil on the dirt. So he sells this pre-oiled dirt to a road construction company and like makes money out of his environmental disaster.
Yeah.
And one man's trash, you know?
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like whenever he would lay, my dad, whenever he would lay like and get some more of that asphalt stuff, that ground up asphalt, they would. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Never mind.
This never happened. This is a
Hypothetically, in Minecraft, if you were to have a situation like that, maybe you could spray some sort of chemical on it that would help dissolve tar, and make it sticky all over again on a hot summer's day. So then when cars passed over it over and over, it would really pack down and stick back together and bond into new asphalt. I don't know what sort of chemical would dissolve tar, but probably just pure clean water.
Whoa,
Little H2O.
White, little cooking wine.
Yep. The little spritz of cooking wine, or maybe some of that. You never know.
Yeah.
I was Googling it. I'm like, I doubt he bought a gazillion Tarmax remover at $80 a gallon.
Probably not. He probably found something that costs a couple bucks a gallon.
Yeah,
but in any case, it's good stuff. I'm surprised Mr. Strange Central didn't show up. I was looking forward to.
I wonder what happened there.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe
he got high and forgot.
I got an AMA question. I want to hear it answered too.
Sure.
Hey, Kyle, what are your favorite watches? Are there any of you want to get? I read that perfectly. I just purchased myself an Omega Seamaster Planet Ocean chronograph as my first big watch.
Hey,
you know that watch?
Yeah, it's a nice watch.
He has a link. I can show it to everybody.
So I'm wearing my little Mont Blanc here. It's like $2-3 grand,
picked.
Something like that.
Can you show it again? I'll get you a little bigger picture. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this one. It's like the first nice watch I ever bought. I've been looking at. I was going to trade my Submariner in for either a deep sea dweller or something similar. That deal fell through, so I'm continuing talking to jewelers and stuff because
what happened there? I thought it was a done deal when we talked.
I thought it was too.
He
changed his mind. Like the jeweler was kind of handling helping us with the transaction. Like, yeah, I got a guy who's in the market for one of those because I was getting the band work done on this one, getting it refitted, and he's like, yeah, I know somebody who wants one of those. You're not interested in a deep sea dweller, are you? And I'm like, you're goddamn right I am. I was like I'll do this and that. He gives me $3 grand. How about that? He's like, I think he'll do that. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'd prefer that watch. It's not as gaudy because it was a black to blue fade face. It looked cool to me. Not quite as gaudy as my watch here. And come out with $3 grand in my pocket.
The watch that conquered the deep. They are confident in their watches here.
It conquered the deep. But I've got like a nice Movado that's real understated. Don't know where it is right now, but it's just like that's classic Movado look. 2 hands and a dot on the top, and that's it. It's black on black on black. Do
you know what it's called? I can Google it.
Oh, I don't know the model number, but like all the Movado watches pretty much look the same. If you Google black Movado watch, that's almost certainly it. I think it was like $1 grand. It wasn't anything like super crazy.
Oh shit. Honestly, this Sea Dweller I'm looking at is $11,700 just on the Rolex site.
You can't conquer the deep with a $5,000 watch, Taylor.
You can't even begin to intimidate the deep at those prices.
Yeah, we're talking about $15,000 to $20,000 watches here. But honestly, like sometimes I'll put on this fucking Timex Expedition that I've got, and I really like it. I like it a lot. I love it. I like the fucking cheap ass leather band. I like the way it smells. I really do. It smells good. It smells like a fucking shoe store. I don't know. I like that. I love how fucking like $100 maybe, like this cheap little $100 watch, maybe $150. I don't remember. Maybe $70. I don't really remember what I paid, but
like total.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, something like that. And then I've got a Luminox, like whatever the nicest Luminox they make is. I've got that one. It's like maybe not the nicest. Maybe they've like made something since because I got mine like years and years ago, but it was like $500 when I got it. And it's just like, it looks like, I don't know, it looks silly. There's just like so many numbers and like measurements on there. And I'm just like, I just want to know what time it is. but I'll take it. It looks cool.
Is it the Bear Grylls Survival Series?
Definitely not. I wouldn't have gotten something branded like that. And then, man, I really dig my like just Samsung S3. I think the S4 is coming out, but I love my S3. I don't plan on replacing it.
Is that a smartwatch?
Yeah, I've got like my this is like the most basic bitch face that you can actually get on it. Like I just want information. Is all it's about. But if I
How often
want
do
to,
you charge it?
so I've got the charger right here on my desk. It's I can't. Yeah, there.
Like, what's
It's just
your?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can you hold
It's
it
just-
closer to your tie?
If I unplug
Oh,
it,
you can't. Okay, never mind.
nah,
But,
it's
like,
unplugged now.
how
So
hard
it's,
do you have to
it's
work?
the magnetic
to charge
shit.
It?
So like
Okay.
it will last about 3 days with no charge, as long as I'm not using it actively to control my phone or something,
Mhm.
and like really taxing it. 2 days for sure. Like running timers and all sorts of other programs that I use on it. I did put a new bezel on this one. That's the only thing. That's the only difference. The regular bezel isn't silver. I think it's just like flat black maybe. And I got this aftermarket bezel that I thought looked kind of nice. So yeah, it charges up pretty nicely. Battery lasts pretty good long time, and you can change the face to list an infinite number of faces. I'm working on that right now. It's been a while because I kind of like my basic bitch face, but
My wife has an Apple Watch. That's what it's called. It's not an iWatch, right? In any
believe
case,
so.
she charges it every day. And she likes to wear it when she sleeps. It tells her how her night of sleep went, which means that at some point during the day, she has to, like, find some point where she's not going to lose a ton of steps or something. And I just look at that as a guy who charges his watch every 2 weeks, thinking, like, it's like part of your lifestyle. You have a daily mission to find some minutes every day to charge it. That sucks.
yeah. So I like I usually put it on when I wake up, and I've got on my desk here. Like I've just got focus, bitch. I've got my charger sitting there, and I just kind of always remember to put it on there. But yeah, there's an infinite number of faces that you can do for this thing. That one's more like a chronograph style face, but there's just a ton of them, and it's got a lot of functionality that I like. I like that it's got a pedometer in it. I always keep track of how many like steps I've taken. I can use it to control the camera on my phone. If I wanted to set my phone up somewhere and like snap pictures or something. I like a lot of the features it's got.
So what
It's,
watches don't you have that you wish you had?
Oh shit. Oh, I
That
would
was
like.
the core of this question.
Oh, I'm sorry. A real pimped out date just like fucking gangster style with like diamonds all around the bezel would be sick. And
That's a type of Rolex, maybe?
yeah. And but most of all, it's the Breitling. The Breitling that they I'll get a picture of it.
Is that also a Rolex?
No, that Breitling is a brand.
Oh, this thing is unbelievably gaudy.
Yeah, super gaudy. Well, they come in every imaginable like iteration. So it's like you can get one that's very understated or one that's just like, who the fuck are you trying to impress, bro?
There's so many different kinds of Breitlings on my screen. Do you know what it's called?
Is it like the? There's a couple of them that I like. Like there's not one in particular. The Navitimer chronograph stainless, Navitimer. That appeals to me. And then there's one that's like, it's not Air King because that's fucking Rolex. It's like, it's something to do with like planes or something like that, and it's got just so much shit on the face.
These are all about adventure.
Yeah, they're about like hyper functionality, like stuff that I've
Taylor, it's
never
time
used.
to conquer land now.
Oh, is it called the Air King? An homage to aviation.
Is that what it is? Is it Breitling Air King? I thought Air King was Rolex for some reason.
I was just scrolling around the Rolex site because this is a very nice site.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is then. Yeah, no, but yeah, I like the Breitlings. I like almost all of the Breitlings. I think one year, or maybe for several years, like the World Series of Poker was giving out Breitlings as part of winning a tournament or a series of tournaments, and that's what got me kind of turned on to them. And then I started looking more and more into them as like an alternative to the Rolexes. And yeah, I don't know, I dig them, but they're very expensive watches. They cost as much as a car, and
you should get yourself a Pearl Master. Damn, look at that. You're going to be the talk of the fucking town when you've got this thing on your wrist.
I'm looking at the Breitling. Oh my goodness.
Even on the Rolex site, you have to inquire for price.
The Breitling Navitimer?
yeah, look at that, man.
I would definitely need my reading glasses to use this
Need them,
watch.
baby. Yeah, I even just look at just to look at your link. God
Yeah.
damn. Yeah. But I'm not the one to ask about watches. I'm certainly not an expert of any kind. Someone was talking about Tudor watches the other day. I guess they're maybe made by the same people that make Rolex, or maybe just made by Rolex, and they're like supposedly the best sub $5,000 watches there are. I'd never even heard of them. I didn't know anything about that. I don't know a ton about watches. I know like the basic bitch shit. I'm the equivalent of that guy who's like, yeah, well, there's the Mustang and the Camaro, and then Dodge also makes some kind of a fast car. I like it too. like that's where I'm coming from with my watch knowledge. So don't listen to me.
I think not just watches, although including watches, my style might be a bit gaudy. People are like, yeah, this one's gaudy and it's really over the top, and I'm like, I don't know what it feels to me. Yeah, I think I like it.
Big gaudy watch.
Yeah, there's this. It's like, look, you're about to spend $2,000 to $20,000 on a piece of jewelry, and you want it to be understated. Did I hear you correctly? Like you want it to just pass under the eyes of everyone but the most discerning of watchmeisters. Is that who we're trying to impress with our jewelry? Watchmeisters?
Yeah.
Because if I'm putting on something that costs $1,000, it's because I want like a girl to look at it and be like, ooh.
Ooh, that must be expensive. She's not going to look at it and be like, I caught a glance at that guy's Submariner. I know it's the muted style, but that probably means he's even more wealthy. He doesn't even want No, that's shiny as hell. What brand is it? I don't know. There's a diamond on it though.
Yeah, it's got to be Rolex.
It's made of gold and it's glowing. So I'm going to go with expensive.
If you don't know watches, what name brand impresses you?
Rolex.
I feel like the list includes Rolex. Well, that's the list, really.
Yeah. I know. If you told me to name watch brands, Rolex, Fossil.
Me too. Seiko.
McDonald's.
Timex.
I'm coming up blank.
Sony probably makes one.
Sony, Mitsubishi.
Does Panasonic make a watch? There's one in my car.
No, I've essentially got like one of each kind of watch, I guess, like more or less. Like I've got a rather expensive Rolex. I've got a super fucking cheap Timex. I got my smartwatch that's just all about functionality. I've got that Luminox, which is about, I don't know,
light.
Pretending you're in the military or the police or something, I suppose. I don't know. It just looks cool to me, though, I thought. And then this thing, which is just like the first nice watch I ever bought. And I don't know. This watch has memories to it. I'm wearing this in like a bunch of my videos. If you go back and look, it never scratched. Like whatever they make the lens or whatever you call it on watches, like it's
base maybe? No.
Yeah, the
face is underneath it.
Whatever they make this shit out of is unscratchable, because like it has been in some rough fucking situations climbing in and out of like tanks and stuff, and I know I've banged it a bunch of times, and there is a little wear and tear like on the band, but I fucking like that. It's almost like we were talking about wedding rings the other day, and like how it looks nice if you've got like a
I was showing my wedding ring that came in the mail, and I was like, oh, I got the tungsten kind, so it won't scratch. And Woody was like, no, noob, you want the scratches, you want the storied history. It's like when you find, like, you would be way less stoked if you were like, I got this Japanese machine gun from World War II, never been shot, mint condition. It's like, what? Well, that's shittier than guns today, but if it was actually used, that's very neat. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to really get into some dangerous to scratch this tungsten ring.
Kyle, it's called the crystal, the front of the watch. And I thought crystal, that's a material. No, the crystal can be made of plastic, glass, or synthetic sapphire. It's called the crystal.
It would be synthetic sapphire then, almost certainly, on this watch, because it is not scratched under any circumstance ever.
Never even heard of that.
And anything else would have, because it's been rubbed against some metal and stuff like that. But yeah, I dig this watch a lot. And like, if this watch were to get stolen, it wouldn't be a whole fucking emergency. So this is the watch I wear the most. I don't know. I think I wear my electronic watch the most because I use it to do things. It's the most functional of them all for sure. Everything else just tells time, and this does. I don't know. 10 different things.
Yeah.
Taylor?
Very educated on some wonderful